Welcome back to the Dunbar house. The last time we spoke was in July of 2018. We were focusing at that time primarily on the outside of the house, where we were prepping the property for events like weddings and corporate events. Now we've started to do work on the inside of the house, and it has been an incredible adventure. The first area that we started to work is in the parlor and the living room area, and it was, if you think back, mostly wallpaper and a lighter, odd floral pattern on it. We heard about this type of material that you could prime wallpaper with, and then you could paint over it. And we tried that, and in these two rooms, all of the wallpaper came off in sheets. It was crazy. So we had to start from scratch, and we had to re-plaster the walls, and we had to make the entire room look smooth again. And in addition to that, we added new molding that was not here before. There were not these bookcases that lined the room, but you'll probably remember seeing the antique organ that was brought here, actually around the horn, and delivered to the Dunbar family here. The other things that we've done is we went into the dining room with the idea of doing the same thing, but having learned our lesson that this particular product wasn't going to work for us, we found a new way of covering up the wallpaper that's there, and that is by using a very thin ply of sheetrock. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick, maybe a little bit thicker. You put it on the walls just like you would sheetrock a normal room, and then you mud the seams, sand them, and paint them. An example of the difference is that this room took us 12 days to destroy and put back together again. That room took us 3 days to sheetrock, seam, and paint. While we were in this process, we also changed all of the electrical outlets out to and rewired so that the outlets all have USB chargers in them, as well as plenty of uninterrupted electricity so that we're not getting any pulses. Something, once again, that you'll find with old wiring that was probably here since the 20s or 30s. Now that's all new here and in the dining room. All of the improvements that we've made here has all been a worthwhile investment. It's improved the look and feel of these rooms. They speak more to the guests and the people that come and visit, and the improvements themselves add value. They certainly weren't frivolous things to meet some aesthetic desire that I had. What's next is going to be some improvements that we'll start to make on the rooms. They're not going to be as in-depth as these rooms that we've done now, but just enough to make some subtle and clean changes in the property. With all of these changes that we've made inside, we still plan to make some additional improvements on the outside. We have two particular projects that I'm interested in completing. One is in the very back of the property, which we're well on our way, and the second is a new meeting room in what was formerly a garage. It has been remodeled now to a point that it will accommodate up to 40 people. So in our next meeting, I hope to be able to show you this and see what future projects we have on the boards.